in the box scores for a while now. There have been a few big nights for both of them.
Yeah, and these guys, Greg, are built to wear you out. I mean, young, talented. They lit up the pinball machine last month. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Good on both.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Speedy. To the left side wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Dishes it to Stevenson. Goes back up. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Now a moment to see the numbers for LaMarcus Aldridge. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb, averaging about 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
And he's good on the second.
Stevenson giving him lots of trouble. He's got 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And stolen by Gordon. Here's Speedy. He's covered by Roten. Speedy the pass to Stevenson. Can't cash in from the high post. The Heat trail by 3. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Aldridge. Miami no good on that time either. For Richmond, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And Fournier kicks to Aldridge. Trains it from beyond the arc. Aldridge has got 7 points in the game. For Richmond, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. There's the pick. Here's Speedy. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And some changes here for Richmond. Brook Lopez is checked in for Gordon. Dang comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Clarkson in for Lance Stevenson. And then for Miami, LeBron comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Watson in for Tony Roten. Last game for Richmond, they picked up the win against Boston.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Richmond.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And they're also clicking at the free throw line, not wasting any of those opportunities.
And Richmond making a change here. Bayless is checked in. And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of it. With the Pacers having Paul George on the sidelines due to injury until late in the season, they got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles. That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Blocking foul called by C.J. Watson. That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
Here's Mr. Clutch. 38 points for him last game against Boston.
Last year, he showed he could take his game up a notch. beat his career average in terms of shooting percentages across the board, career high in rebounding, second best assist average as well. Unfortunate how he got the opportunity to play, but great that he took advantage of it.
Lopez a screen. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Here's Watson, and it's good off the back rim and in. Watson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, for Watson, you could really see him doing this for several more years, guys, finding ways to contribute as a backup or starter. Doesn't matter to him either way. He's a gamer for sure.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Aaron Baines comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Jeffrey Laverne in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
You can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Now Bayless. Poked away. Out left to the wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Fires from 18. And that's not going to go. Tie game in Richmond. And
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. Lance Stevenson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, how about that first half? He's already scored more points than he averages on the season.
Yeah, he's on pace for a monster game. It's too bad he can't score like this every night.
Brook Lopez is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Speedy. Then it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Stevenson in at the 2. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Here's James. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7, and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
That gives them the lead. LeBron's got 5 points so far.
It's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
There's the bucket. Good. 10 points for Lance Stevenson.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's LeBron, and it's Miami with another. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Here's Lopez, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
LeBron is doubled. Let's go. Roten, no good. For Richmond, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Mr. Clutch. James covering. Good D by James.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And they double him up with LeBron. Here's Roten. Fournier dishes to James. And it's Gay with the rebound.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
The Heat trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. LeBron with another miss. And Richmond shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Knocked loose and stolen by LeBron. Rebounded by Richmond.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Offensive rebound.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
Richmond leading by 3. Here's Speedy. He's got 6. There's a good screen. Outside Gordon. Clock at 4. No up.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And it's Laverne missing. And Richmond shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. Speedy the pass to Lopez. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered by Roten. And that one is stuffed right through.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Yeah, you can see they've gave up a lot of points here in this run, and he just wants to break the momentum before this thing gets out of hand.
And, you know, that's a huge part of a coach's job, making sure you keep your guys in the best position possible at all times. So I like this timeout.
Luol Deng is checked in for Richmond. Bayless comes in for Speedy. And Miami also making a switch. Watson's checked in. That one's good, and the Richmond lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Aflalo.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Clarkson kicks to Deng. In the corner, it's Gordon. Feeds it to Bayless. To the wing. Another shot. Here's Gordon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. In a moment,
touch is about as good as you're going to see.
And for Aaron Gordon, so much fit.
I agree. You know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago and never really got back on track. And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Lopez a screen. And that one good from Clarkson.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
James outside. Uncovered. Can't connect.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. The Heat trail by 3. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Tony Roten out there with Watson. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Afflalo in at the 3 slot.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Fournier is checked in for C.J. Watson. Now Bayless. Pass to Lopez. 6 to shoot. Speedy. Nailed from three-point land.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
And here is Roten. He feeds it to Kanter. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's the screen. Speedy the pass to Lopez. And Bayless with the basket, the assist by Lopez. Bayless has got the lead up to 5 now for Richmond. Here's Speedy. He's covered by Roten. Stolen by Kanter. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
And so here is Miami. It's a 5-point game. That's good.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Timeout call here. Richmond decides to talk it over. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding. As we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Gentlemen, well, Richmond's coach had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He said nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
Gay comes over with a double team. Aldridge kicks to Roten. No one near him. And it's Miami with another.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Here's Speedy. It's deflected. Fournier dishes to Roten. And a follow kicks to Aldridge. Here's Mr. Clutch. Oh, he misses the dunk.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's Mr. Clutch. Sinks the three-pointer. And Richmond leads by 4.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And Stevenson's checked in for Richmond. And Miami also making a switch. James is checked in. Now here's Roten. James outside. Passes to Roten. They grab their own miss. Fournier's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's Speedy. High post Lopez. And another basket from Richmond.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
LeBron kicks to Cantor. Heat moving the ball around. Aldridge a screen. Aldridge with a screen on Gay. Fournier passes to Aldridge. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his third rebound tonight. Here's Mr. Clutch. Wow, way off on that one.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation. Take a look at what Speedy's done. He has 9 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Richmond.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.